Thanks for joining us here. We've got 25 minutes. We'll make it count. All right. Awesome. I'm Emmanuel. Pizza Night is my made-up name. Some of you may know me as, your friendly neighborhood blockchain researcher, crypto advocate, NFT enthusiast. Some of you may know me as one of the founder members for some cool NFT projects in the past, like Pizza DAO, and what else did we do?
Is it tied to pizza?
Come again?
Is it tied to pizza?
Probably. Yeah, no, but we've been around. We've been having good fun trying to expand the NFT ecosystem into, many places, many minds, and thanks for joining us. I'm going to be your host today. That's all I'm going to be today. None of the extra stuff I said. I'm just your host today. And I'm being joined by pretty awesome people. Josh from Reflect and Izzy from Clay Nation. How you doing?
I'm doing good, thanks.
Awesome. Maybe you can give us a little introduction each?
Yeah, sure. So I'm Izzy. I'm the founder of Clay Nation. We're a multi-dimensional clay animation project founded on Cardano. We specialize in digital collectibles and, hey, Twitter. And digital collectibles and virtual experiences and spaces. Our vision as Clay Nation is to really grow a values-driven community that can harness the power of Web3 to foster creativity and just make the best of what's going on. So yeah, really happy to be here, and I'm stepping in for Lenna today because she's not feeling great, but people get us confused anyway, so that's all good.
Love you, Lenna.
Well, hi, everybody. I'm Josh Miller. I'm the Executive Vice President of Reflect, formerly SeaWorld. We're going through a rebrand right now because people keep trying to ask me what blockchain and dolphins have to do with each other. In Cardano, everybody knows me as Reflect Josh, or the NFT guy, or the guy you go and yell at for anything from Emergo and the Foundation. Reflect is a Web3 gaming platform that we're building, where instead of developing our own games, like on mobile or another tower defense or things like that, we're going back in time and finding IP that we can go back and actually license from the people that created it. So we've got a couple, like if anybody played Descent back in the 90s. No? Oh, okay. It's a little space shooter game, space sim game. It was fun as hell back then. But games like those have a really strong community still to them. It's mostly on the modding side, but there's a lot of opportunity there to tap into communities that are on the Web 2 side and the Web 3 side. So we hope to make it as frictionless and as broad as possible to bring people in. We're also working on tools and engines that we're going to be able to put out on the Reflect platform for a place for game devs on Cardano to come and build and deploy their games, and for Reflect to be able to put their marketing power and the size of their wallet into. That's what we want to do, is just help to inspire and help to build up the gaming economy in Cardano.
Awesome. Yeah, no, we love that. We love that for Reflect. Anyone who's into blockchain gaming, definitely check Reflect out. Before we begin, who here knows about Cardano NFTs? Show by hands. Who here has a Cardano NFT? Who here is going to get a Cardano NFT after this? I love it.
We have hands up.
Yeah, let's go. We have hands up. Showing the audience as well. Okay, great. To anyone who's just new to Cardano, like NFTs in general, the ecosystem in Cardano in general, here's some facts for you, okay? We've had NFTs on Cardano since March of 2021. And currently, we have at least 4 million active Cardano addresses, 9,000 unique NFT projects ranging from digital collectibles, art, gaming, music, short films, you name it. We have it down there. We have at least 7 million NFTs live today on Cardano. Yeah, you all did that, you degens. But if you think about it, Cardano is still very nascent, and we're growing. Cardano currently ranks top 10 of all blockchain NFT ecosystems out there. We pretty much rake in, till date, $500 million worth of trades, I believe. And that's pretty cool. 17 NFT marketplaces on Cardano. JPEG, so I'm sure most of you are familiar with, is currently the leader #1 NFT marketplace. So if you're new, you want to get an NFT, probably JPEG. Not shilling for them, but you know the vibes. Yeah, so that's a bit about Cardano NFTs, the NFT ecosystem on Cardano. Some of you who might want to buy something, right? I don't know. But if you're interested, well, there's cool projects to look at. There's Clay Nation by the Clay Nation team. Shout out to Clay Nation team. They pretty much had a good collaborative work with Good Charlotte, Chad Medici, Snoop Dogg. Definitely check them out. Spacebuds, the first 10K PFP out there. Definitely check it out. So now you know Cardano. Let's get into the juice of it all. How's that?
Sounds good.
All right then.
Let's go.
Alrighty. Okay, let's start with Izzy. All right, you're with the Clay Nation team. All right, being one of the leading NFT collectibles in Cardano, why did you choose Cardano in the first place? What was it?
Well, thanks for the introduction. I think you did that even better than I did. We were in the Cardano space from about December 2020, Lenna and myself. We started a stake pool on Cardano January of 2021, and yeah, we really got drawn to Cardano, I mean, basically through word of mouth. And then we were drawn in by the sustainability aspect of it. I have a background in sustainable development, so that was a really important and interesting part for myself. And we launched our stake pool, and it was going really well. And we watched NFTs launch on Cardano in March, as you said, and I think we minted our first NFT April 17th. So that was really thanks. That was really a natural progression for us, and that's ultimately why we landed on Cardano and why we built there.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Izzy. Well, I guess we're gonna hear from Josh next. I'm gonna, pass the ball over to you. Maybe you can tell us from your point of view, your experience, essentially. What makes Cardano the go-to place for NFTs? What is it about the NFT ecosystem that should make anyone want to create, share, and trade NFTs on Cardano? What are they missing out from your experience, your point of view?
From my point of view, and I've been all over the place, especially traveling different conferences and seeing all these different things, that what I've noticed the most is that Cardano has an incredibly strong creator community. It's definitely been set up and raised as creator first. Our first NFTs came from the community, okay? So it wasn't put out by a foundation. Nobody up and said, come and do this. People took it upon themselves to do it. It's been incredibly community focused. You've got amazing projects out there that have been through niche and specialty to even capturing everybody possible, and that's what Hosky does with his NFT collection. So it's really, Cardano is a place for everyone. It's not a place where you go looking to make that $1 million trade or the expensive or way out there ones that you want to make. But this is for the community. This is a great onboarding opportunity. It's a place for creators to try different ideas, and they can try, fail, succeed, see what works, and be able to pivot freely. And because they have such great ties with the community and everybody's so interlinked, they can take those chances. And even with their communities, they can take that chance. They can let them know what's up, and they can try new things and still get cheered on. Cardano is hands down one of the most vibrant communities out there, and NFTs have led the way, especially with everything that Cardano's developed and has had to build. And just the level of creation and what we see out there and the collaboration between communities is amazing to work with. We've seen collaborations where projects have come in from other chains, from Polygon, started building on Cardano and launch on Cardano, and then bring in all the community projects so that they're right there cross-pollinating with their already standing community on Polygon. That's what we saw at Virtua. So we've seen a lot of cross-pollination like that. We've seen a lot of the passion, and that's really what sets Cardano apart. It's just a great place to be and a great opportunity to really expand and try to do what you're passionate about.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, thank you for that. I think this is something that a lot of founders and a lot of NFT developers out there should really listen into and find a new approach to NFTs in general, like through Cardano, for example. Izzy, from your early days and Claymates, Clay Nation to now, how much has changed? What was it like in the beginning? And what is it like now?
It was the wild, wild west at the beginning, I tell you. So yeah, like as you said earlier, we had them NFTs launched in March 2021, and that's when we launched basically our first NFT collection. So it's not very many projects. It was a super dedicated but small community, or smaller community. And today we have 7 million NFTs on Cardano, right? So competition is high. There's a lot more. Quantity is not always quality, but it does push people to strive to be better and strive to be successful. So I think that is definitely something that we're seeing more in the space. There's more pressure in a good way to prove yourself, right? And to make good decisions and to keep people engaged in what you're doing. Another thing is there's more support now from the founding Cardano entities for NFTs than we saw at the beginning. So yeah, we really appreciate that as an NFT project.
Yeah, no, I think a lot has changed. I mean, we had NFTs before we had smart contracts on Cardano. That's a cool thing. You don't need more than 6 lines of code to like have your own NFTs, and we've seen amazing new ways to create NFTs on Cardano since then. So to anyone who's been around since then, you've probably seen a lot change, much like Izzy has over time. Josh, back to you. How you
What'd I
feeling? You're in trouble now.
I'm gonna be if you keep pointing at me as one of the founders. Shit.
Yeah. Watching projects like Claymates, Claynation succeed in Cardano, as well as the changes and improvements over time in the ecosystem, what would you, Reflect, identify as the exciting new challenges that people coming into Cardano would face, but also the challenges that Cardano solves well and solves better than everyone else, if anything?
Well, one of the things I said off the bat is that coming into Cardano can be challenging because you're looking for specific tools. From a Reflect point of view, is we're looking for game dev tools for how we're building everything on Cardano and what's going to be needed to integrate things like Unity. So I'm out here at NFT.NYC trying to make that happen and get it done because not only do I need it, but I know it's a call on the community that they need. Other than that, though, on the flip side, when it comes to making NFTs, and if you want to do art projects or anything just to get you started, we have amazing resources from that. If anything, you can just put out a call on Twitter, and people will answer. You can reach out to people like Adam Dean, Alessandro, Patrick and the Endmaker team, Cash with Anvil. Anybody out there is more than willing to hop on a space, hop on a call, anything like that, and help you out. And I think that's the great thing about it. You're not trying to scream in a room full of people. People listen. So if you have a crazy idea or you just want to know how to get started, there are plenty of resources there, and there's more than enough people willing to help. And that's what drives this community, is that we all want to essentially swim in the same direction together, and we want to innovate. Like I said, one area we're lacking are the proper tools for the more complicated builds, especially out of gaming and things like that. I can't, reiterate that enough. We need these things. But I think we're finally getting to the point where we've established what we need. We need to establish specific standards. We need to all agree on those standards so that we can take them and put them into these tools, and they'll be friendly for anybody to use and help us all to be more interoperable to create that stronger ecosystem of utility.
Yeah, and I think even to add into like some of the things which maybe Cardano even does well in terms of challenges as well as just the natural design of NFTs. You don't have to write any complex contracts. You don't have to worry about clicking the wrong sign button and bye all the stuff in your wallets. It's very native. It's very secure. It's as secure as your ADA itself. So I think this should give a lot of folks out there who are curious the confidence and interest to actually come in and say, let me try something. Go on Twitter and say, hey, I want to do NFTs on Cardano. Where do I begin? I think that's something we can move forward with as we progress from this particular panel. But back to you, Izzy. Let's talk about community. Okay, I think that's a big word out there today. And Cardano is one of the biggest communities out there. I think the third, if not second, biggest community in all of crypto. From a community POV, what has been the experience like for you as a founder, as a builder, as a fellow community member? What's that been like for you? Because it mustn't have been like a cakewalk, if anything.
A cakewalk.
Just saying.
Yeah, I mean, it's been super, super important for us. I mean, we can't reiterate that enough. Like, we were part of the community, as you said, and we grew from that, and we grew Claymates from that as well. So the community has been 100% pivotal in everything we do, and they will continue to be. And we hope to maintain that relationship going forward, because ultimately that is what's important. It's really nice to have been part of the larger Cardano community, and even to have a percentage of those people on board with what we're doing, supporting what we're doing, and believing in the mission of Claynation, as well as Cardano, as well as the other projects, because there's so much going on, and you have to sort of battle for people's attention sometimes, but like to know that we have those people supporting us, it means a lot. So yeah, it is a very big part of what we are.
Yeah, thank you for that. I can imagine how it's like trying to balance your interaction with the community while still bringing in awesome people like, Good Charlotte, Sham Medici, and Snoop Dogg.
I just get yelled at.
Yeah, Josh, you just get yelled at. So we'll come to you, and hopefully you don't get yelled at this time, all right? What can founders, okay, Josh, what can founders, creators in general, community folks in Web3 look forward to in the NFT ecosystem on Cardano? Like, what is the thing they should really be looking forward to in Cardano NFTs?
Oh gosh, when you want to think about things that are coming up or coming out, there's amazing projects out there to be a part of. I've had my eye on the Ape Society and the things that they're doing and the ways that they're going multi-chain with their Passport Pass and Ethereum. I think it's an amazing concept, and I think there's a lot of potential to that. We're seeing more and more games ramp up, and we're seeing more budget going into these games, and we're really starting to lean away from the typical gaming that you see on Cardano, where you've had low budget to no budget, to people wanting and dreaming and salivating of those bigger titles. So I think we're going to see some really interesting ones out there. And also, I'm really interested to see projects that are going multi-chain, not just like the Ape Society, but like Denkitsu just recently announced that they're working with Polygon and Polygon Labs.
Wow!
So they're able to introduce a whole new class of creators and believers out there to the Cardano community and vice versa. So I think we're going to really start to see less barriers to entry in NFT overall, where the chain that fits you is the one where you can be most creative as, and where that lands we don't know yet, but we know Cardano is going to be absolutely a big part of that.
I just got some alpha, I think. I did not know Dankitsu was going, cross-chain with Polygon. So that is exciting. I have a bunch of those, so I am totally hyped. Yeah. We're going to wrap up pretty soon, and hopefully if we have some minutes, we can do some Q&A with all you lovely, awesome people. Izzy, last question for you. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great.
Yeah. So, what's your call to action? Okay. What would you say to everyone out there listening to you over, I do not know how many people on Twitter Spaces right now, and over 100 of you in here today? What would you say to them? What's your call to action? What's your encouragement with regards to the potential to be founders and creators in the Cardano ecosystem or venturing into Web3, trying to find a beginning? What would you say to them? What's your call to action?
So I think, it's difficult, right? So I think definitely think outside the box. Don't always go with the obvious or the biggest idea out there and just go for it, because you're entering a relationship, right? And this is where the community comes back in. You're entering a long-term relationship with these people. And if you want that to be sustainable, then you have to be enjoying it. You have to feel at home, and you have to know that people are behind you and behind your vision as well. So definitely consider that when you're sort of choosing where to land, so to speak. And I think, just put your heart into it and we try to do everything with passion and with love and just, thoughtfulness as well. So I think if you consider those things, and just go for it.
Yeah, no, I think those are some key, that's game right there. She just dropped game right there, okay? Think outside the box, okay? Be passionate about it, and be thoughtful. So I think that's the way to go for every new person coming into Web3, looking into NFTs, and most importantly, excited to join Cardano's NFT ecosystem. I think that's pretty exciting. I think we still have some minutes to go, so we can switch to Q&A, and maybe if no one's got questions alongside, we would probably do some banter.
Let's go for it.
Let's do it. Anyone with questions, you can show by hands. Oh, if you're in the audience as well, just respond to send your questions to hashtag Cardano NFT.NYC. That's hashtag Cardano NFT.NYC on Twitter. And if you're in here and you're maybe shy, you can do that too. But yeah, we'll be chilling right. Oh, we have a hand. What was the biggest challenge you guys had for your project?
I'll let Josh take
for
that
traction. Yeah.
Oh God, for everything I've done, it's just been it's hard to get started because one was about timing. So one of the first ones that I did was with Virtua and bringing them onto Cardano, and nobody had heard of Virtua, and they thought it was a rug pull and a scam. Little did they know that Virtua had been around since 2018. So it was about timing. Another one's just working with different projects or creators and things, and finding the right voice can be a challenge, and especially you have to look at who you're working with, and sometimes that can be a challenge because better, and you should take your time and get them into spaces and follow this roadmap. But they're like, well, this is who I am. I can sell this like it's nothing. It's like, okay, you get to learn the hard way. So there's blowback and potential from that. Other than that, everything came down to me to just listen to the community. When somebody had a comment, an idea, or resources out there, when I started listening to the community, that's when things started to really pick up, and I was able to find the resources I need. That's why I've done a lot in Reflect, and I've been able to stand it the right way. It's all been from that drive, and I think it's the lessons and the hard crashes I've had, that led it to where I really know what I'm doing and I know the right people to talk to.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Josh. Thank you for that, Izzy. And great question from the man in the back with a cool hat. That's AI Scholars, everyone. Okay, any more questions? I'll be checking the comments on Twitter as well and the hashtag just in case anyone sending some questions in. Ooh, my notifications are blowing up, so I hope it's not too many. But yeah, no, I think we saw some cool stuff these past few weeks. I mean, there's a lot happening in the Cardano ecosystem. We also got some sneak peeks like Rogue, Galaxies. But I'm gonna take a pause right and go to the guy with the other cool hat in the back.
This question's for you.
Oh.
You seem very excited about Cardano. You had an amazing guest with you. Why did you take this opportunity? What excites you about that?
Exactly. I think Cardano is just the opportunity. It gives us the opportunity to really look at what we've done in the past, look at how people solve problems, and pay attention to what Cardano is doing differently, but also doing so carefully. And I think that is what everyone should look out for in anything they intend to do. You don't just do things. You do things with purpose. You do things with thoughtfulness, all right? I can't quote this saying in Mandarin, but it's pretty much like if you do something, you do it with beauty. I think Cardano gives people the opportunity to do that. And the NFT ecosystem in Cardano is very vibrant. It's very exciting. I tend to give a hell every now and then with the degens and plebs, but it's my degens and plebs anyway. It's our degens and plebs anyway. And I want to encourage more people to at least get involved, come in. And that's why we really stood out, showed up for this event for NFT.NYC. We all know what happened on Twitter to get here, and we're not here because we did something special. No, we're here because all of you did that. All of you got us over here. So that's really what excites me, to know what Cardano can do, what Cardano allows people to do, and more people should know about that. I hope that answers your question, though.
If anything, it killed the rest of the time.
Oh man! Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for making the time to join us today. This is NFTs on Cardano, a new era for digital art and collectibles.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.